Hey everyone, my name is Shane and I'm a big baseball fan. Welcome to 3 Up, 3 Down. Another month of the Major League Baseball season is complete. We've made it to the end of May. The pretenders and the contenders are definitely separating themselves in the standings. So for today's video, we're going to give our 3 ups and 3 downs for the month of May. So let's get right into it. We're going to start it off with our first up for the month of May, and that's the Angels outfielder Taylor Ward. Now you might say, well, Ward has had an incredible April and May, and that's so true. His May actually might be a little slight tick down from his April, but the numbers are absolutely incredible. This guy is rivaling Mike Trout on his own team for best player so far this season. Taylor has hit for power, he's hit for average, he's leading the top of the lineup for the Angels. And the reason why I'm giving Ward an up in the month of May and not from back in April is simple fact that when Ward got hurt here in late May, the Angels have not won a game without him. You can take a look at his numbers. He's been absolutely incredible. In the month of May, he posted a 1043 OPS. That's absolutely unreal. Slight tick down from April, but again, we're taking the whole season into context here. We may see some regression start to happen in regards to his batting average and balls in play. He's hitting .378, which is unreal. But Ward is really producing for the Angels and is giving them a chance to make the playoffs this year. With his injury, he has come back. He's just getting running back into form now. So hopefully Ward can continue this on for the Angels for the rest of the year and give them a chance of sneaking into the playoffs for the first time in a while. So for Taylor Ward, you've got a first up for our month of May. Flipping to our first down for the month of May, 7 years, $175 million. That's how much the Texas Rangers are paying second baseman Marcus Semien. Marcus is just having a horrendous season. He finally hit his first home run this month after leading the American League second baseman and setting an American League record with 48 home runs last year. Semien has just fallen off a cliff. At points and times through the month of May, he was rated as the worst qualified hitter in Major League Baseball. It's just been a terrible season, and Semien has got to start producing more to be worth this contract, or Texas has to be feeling buyer's remorse already. You look a little bit deeper into the numbers. In May, he had a slight uptick from April, but still only a .233 batting average when you consider only one home run, 11 RBIs, but 4 of them came on his Grand Slam home run. An OPS plus of 76. It's just been dreadful for Semien. I know he started last year poorly in April as well, but his May was much more improved, and the fact that we haven't seen it yet this year has to leave Marcus Semien with a big time down for the month of May. Our second up has to go to this Toronto Blue Jays fan. The fan was in attendance at the Blue Jays-Yankees game earlier in the month. He caught a home run ball from Aaron Judge, but in true sporting fashion, he turned and handed the ball to a young kid who was wearing an Aaron Judge jersey. Hands the ball to the kid. They embrace, have a wonderful moment. Even Aaron Judge commented how sporting that fan is. What an awesome, awesome moment. This is what the game of baseball is so much about. The ability to interact with fans and to encourage young kids. This kid is going to remember this moment for so long and have that souvenir from Aaron Judge. That is such an awesome, awesome moment. So for this moment in time in baseball, we're giving a big up to this Jays fan. Our next down comes from the interactions between Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson this month. I'm tired of Josh Donaldson. This act absolutely needs to end. To put it all into context, Donaldson referred to Tim Anderson as Jackie. Now that is in reference to Jackie Robinson. So why has this become even an issue at all? Well, Jackie Robinson is probably the most historic baseball player and important player to the history of baseball ever to exist. The fact that Donaldson is using this in a derogatory term towards Tim Anderson is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, Tim Anderson referred to himself as Jackie in an interview a few years ago. That was in context to Anderson bringing some fun in the game with some bat flips and some being thrown at by the Kansas City Royals and some back and forth there. And Anderson referred to himself as a modern day Jackie Robinson. Now, do I agree with that? No. Nobody should be comparing themselves to Jackie in that sense. But Tim Anderson did it, and we have to learn to accept that. Now, the fact that Donaldson now has been teasing him and calling him Jackie during games. We saw an altercation earlier this month between Anderson and Donaldson. So clearly they're not friends. This is not a funny thing. Donaldson claims to be doing it in fun and in jest, and that's just not right. He's using the name Jackie in a derogatory term. Donaldson is becoming a fool. He's done this with so many players now, but this has definitely crossed the line. I agree with the suspension for Major League Baseball of 1 game. I think it could have been longer, but I think it needs to start to set a precedent. Yes, there can be some trash talking back and forth amongst players, but when you start to refer to one of the greats in a derogatory manner, it just ruins and sours the moment for Major League Baseball, especially the name of Jackie Robinson. So for his actions, Josh Donaldson, you're getting a massive down from 3 up, 3 down. Our final up for the month of May is the news of the advances in the pitch clock in the minor league system. So far, we're finding out in the minor league system using a pitch clock where pitchers have 14 seconds to throw a pitch when there's no runners on base and 19 seconds when there are runners on base. We've been finding that the minor league games have been cut by an average of 25 minutes per game this season. That is awesome news. The increase has also happened to stolen bases because of the lack of pickoff moves allowed per at bat. So this is great news for the game of Major League Baseball, speeding things up in terms of dead time. Now, why is this so important? Well, when you look at the majors, Cardinals reliever Giovanni Gallegos is taking 27 seconds on average with nobody on base and nearly 36 seconds between pitches with a guy on base. This is ridiculous. This is what we need to cut out of the game, this dead time. There needs to be action in baseball. 25 seconds, 30 seconds between pitches is absolutely ridiculous. The minor leagues are seeing not only the game times being cut, but the number of calls where a batter isn't in the batter's box fast enough or a pitcher isn't throwing the pitch fast enough. Those are being cut down and reduced as well as players adjust the rules. I think Major League Baseball really needs to implement this in the game for next season. This is awesome, awesome news. I think it's going to really enhance the game. And they've seen a comparison where if you look at a game with the same number of runs scored and pitches, in fact, some of those games have been reduced by almost a full hour in terms of time length. That is absolutely awesome news. So Major League Baseball, if you want even bigger up, you need to get this into the game. But for right now, from the results of the minor leagues, we're getting an up for pace of play. Our final down for the month of May is for the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners were expected to contend for a playoff spot this year. I picked them to make the playoffs this year. They've been absolutely abysmal. The only players that have really performed for the Mariners this year are first baseman Ty France, and youngster Julio Rodriguez is really rounding into form and showing his talents and has a chance to win American League Rookie of the Year. But every other player has just been abysmal for the Mariners and has been playing far below their capabilities from last season. Third baseman Eugenio Suarez has been a bit of a bust. Jesse Winker has not performed. Cy Young Award winner Robbie Ray has been atrocious for the Mariners. They've really fallen off. Chris Flexen has not matched his season from last year. The bullpen has been scattered and being asked to throw far too many innings. It just isn't working right now in Seattle. Youngster Jared Kelenic was supposed to be a star. He's back in AAA trying to figure it out. I don't know where the Mariners can really go from here. There was maybe a bit of a bright spot with Kyle Lewis coming back, but now he's been hit by a pitch. He's on the concussion injury list. There's just no positives coming right now for Seattle. This might quickly become a write-off of a season, which is a real shame for such a strong team when they were expected to contend for their first playoff spot since 2001. I don't know where Seattle goes from here. I almost think they have to ride this out and hope for better next year. So for the month of May and the start of their season, the Seattle Mariners are getting a down from 3 up, 3 down. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. I greatly appreciate all the support I get, but I've been looking at the numbers, and 75% of you out there watching 3 Up, 3 Down aren't subscribed. So hit that big red subscribe button. Let's get some more subscribers to this channel. Let's see if we can push ourselves closer to 50 and continue to advance this channel. I'm having a great time making videos. If you ever want me to make a type of video that you're interested in, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit that like button. That tells me you're enjoying the content. Until next time, take care everyone.